Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and I'm Laura Guttridge. Today we're talking about what is a life coach? Well, Dr. Josefina is a life coach.
Exactly.
You know, reading through the lesson, I found this one particular thing to be interesting, is that you say that it's usually successful people that are seeking out life coaches. You typically would think it's someone who's kind of down on their luck and looking for a way out and grasping, you know, for something. But no, it's typically successful people that are just trying to improve
exactly
what they have already.
Or people who, you know, because sometimes you find yourself that you can do certain things on your own, but you reach a plateau.
Yes.
You reach a boundary limitations, and then sometimes what you just need is a life coach that you don't have to pay tons of money, but you go for a session and that person can tell you, hey, you can change the strategy and go in this direction instead of keep banging your head against the wall.
Right. Well, you know, I sometimes look at it as sort of like a cop-out or easy way out, because like you said before, if you've already gotten your education, you've accomplished certain milestones, and you just feel like, okay, you know, I think I've done enough, and it's a way out. It's a cop out.
Absolutely, it's against life.
Yes.
You know, because as long as you're alive, and as long as you're taking care of your, you know, those four components, if you take care of your body, and you take care of your mind, and you take care of your emotional life, and you take care of your spirit, then you're gonna feel that sense of motivation, empowerment, desire to change, to go, you know, to change your job and to renew yourself, to reinvent yourself. Those are the people who enjoy life.
Right.
You know?
Well, I think once we lose that sort of desire for new things, new beginnings, I mean, that's when you start to die.
That's when you're dead.
The end.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
If you want to stay young and vibrant and healthy, and you have to keep reaching and striving for newer things. And sometimes you need a life coach to do that.
Exactly, because sometimes, you know, you just don't know how to do it.
Right, right. And you use the combination like you always do, and all of your philosophy, I think, is combining the mind and the body.
Absolutely.
And so that goes into the life coaching too.
Absolutely. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, this is the problem that I see constantly. People think that you can focus in only one area. No, your body, you have four things. You got your body, your physical body, you have your mind, you have your spirit, and you have your emotions. Now, your body is a reflection of your thinking. So most people want to just focus in one area. So like you said, my philosophy is you have to work with the four components. Once you work with the four components, you find you are a person, a joyful person, which is a big difference from a happy person. A joyful person is always joyful, always happy. Happy people are the people who only happy when something happens, because that word happiness comes from that. Something happened, then I'm happy. The thing is that when you work with those four components, that you find yourself being joyful. Isn't that awesome?
It is awesome. And you know, so what do you do? Do you like think about things that their mind, and then see if what it is that they're trying to strive for is congruent, as you would say, with their physical body.
Yes, absolutely.
So you have to make sure that you know that they're all in sync.
Yes. For example, Laura, most people come to me because they want to get their body in shape. They're concerned about their physical body. Well, yes, I can guide you with your nutrition and your your fitness plan. But first, you have to change the way you think. If you're going to start with somebody, whether it's me or somebody else, and your thoughts are, well, I'm too fat, if this is not going to happen, this is not going to work for me, I'm too old, or I don't have the money, or I have, you know, the holidays, or people find all the excuses not to make the change.
Right.
So you can tell that if you want to change your body, you have to change your thinking.
Right.
Once you start changing your thinking, you're feeling better about yourself. Of course, your emotions are going to change.
Right.
You're going to have more confidence. You're going to have more self-esteem. You're going to feel more secure. And then when you feel that way, then your spirit comes and flourish. And then you find yourself happy and content because you're working with the four components. So you cannot separate one from the other. That's my point. I mean, you can sit there, I want to lose weight, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to lose weight. Not until you get your butt out of the house and go into that bridge and start walking and start changing your eating, that is not going to happen. For everything in your life, start with your thinking. And when you start reflecting and think back about everything you have achieved in your life, what was it? It's the result of a thought. You thought about that first, and then you took the action.
Right. And you know, it's kind of sad though as we age, because for me, I used to be in shape with it was effortless. But now, as I'm getting older, it takes effort.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's hard. That's a hard thing to accept for me. It is, you know, because it used to be a piece of cake. No pun intended. You know, to get in shape for a certain event or something. But now, and now you used to be able to do it in like a week or 10 days. Now it's like we're talking months.
Yeah.
That really stinks.
Well, and that shows you that your body changes.
Yes.
Your body is not the same body that you had when you were 20 years old.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it's worse.
Right.
It doesn't mean that. It means that you have to change how you approach it.
Yes.
Like you say, when you were younger, you could get drunk. You got a drink and nothing happened to you.
No sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Now you have 2 glasses of wine and you feel sick.
Yes.
Or something like that. Or too much drinking and you really feel sick. Before, it was a piece of cake.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is so true. So we have to learn to.
You have to keep learning how your body is changing, how your body is transforming, and not necessarily has to be that it's aging in the negative way. It can be it's aging in the positive way, because the more in tune, the more congruent you are with that body, then you know exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
And this is one of the things I teach my client. I teach my client what kind of nutrition works for that person.
Right.
Not for you, not for me, but for you.
Right, and you have to just be more disciplined.
Absolutely.
For yourself.
That's exactly right, Laura. If people don't, that's one of the things that you need when you're working with a life coach. The client has to be willing to grow. That means if you grow means change.
Is that the gap that you're talking about?
Exactly.
Okay.
Transformation. The client has to be willing to learn. If the person comes to me with a full cup, you can work with me because you got your full cup. There's nothing I can tell you because you know it all. So you know all the diet, you know all the fitness, you know it all. Do it yourself. And the client has to be willing to take action.
Yes.
You're working with a life coach. You have to be accountable to me every single week. You have to tell me what you did, what you eat, for how long, everything. You have to have somebody that you account to.
Right.
That's I think that's the best thing I like about life coaching, because the person has somebody to come every single week and say, I did good.
Right. Or they get embarrassed.
Yes. Oh, my clients always want to tell me I did good.
I'm sure if they didn't do good, she'll let them know. She's a tough cookie, let me tell you.
You fire.
It's got to be Josefina's way or no way.
That's the name of the show, exactly. Because, their way hasn't worked.
That's right. Exactly.
That's the thing. You get a life coach because you've been doing things and you've been trying so hard and it doesn't work. Then you need help.
Right.
If you want help, call me.
She's very entertaining too.
Yes, we have fun.
She always will keep you laughing. Okay, a couple questions I had just come up with. First of all, can you explain why it is that you don't talk about the past?
Because for the following reason, most people when they come to a life coach, they're already being in therapy.
Okay.
And they come to a life coach because they haven't, you talk about what happened to you 20 years ago. Okay, now what?
Right. They want to dwell on it.
I mean, so, you can use therapy to deal with the past and to, fix things in your life and, forgiveness and all these wonderful things that the therapy do. But once you are in point A and you want to get to point B and you don't know how to get there, then a life coach will provide with the strategy, the action plan, the tools, the support, the structure for you to get from point A to point B. But we don't really care too much about what happened to you 20 years ago.
Right.
I don't care. Tell me where you are right now and where you want to go, and I take you with me, and we get there. I assure you that.
So if you have say a client that comes in and he or she is willing to do the necessary steps,
yes,
about how long it would say imagine the perfect student, how long do you expect the transformation to take place?
Okay, if it is losing weight, I start with 30 pounds.
Okay.
If a person comes to me, well, I want to lose weight, 30 pounds, that will be 10 weeks.
Okay.
And in those 10 weeks, you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days, but you have to stay with me 10 weeks. Because in those 10 weeks, I'm going to teach you the life transformation. That's where the coaching comes in.
So it's a combination.
It's a combination. It's a combination, yes. For an hour, that person comes to me, and then I check their nutrition, what happened, how did it work for that week. Then I check about the fitness plan, how much you exercise, for how long, what kind of exercise you did for that week. And then I get into the mental part of the program. And then it comes the goals, the self-esteem, the what's going on with your life, the emotional part of it, what's going on with that person in the moment. Because that person has to deal with it now. Okay, so it's that combination, and that's what's so successful, because you're working with those 4 components. So it's not just about losing the weight, or it's not just about getting the divorce, and it's just not about the relationship it's going sour. It's more.
Right.
It's more.
But you probably think the foundation is the physical part of it at the beginning.
In the beginning, but depend on the client, because a client can come to me, I'm breaking up with my husband.
Okay, so and this person could be already physically
exactly
in shape.
So I'm dealing now with relationships, and the mind and attitude, and how the person relates to herself, and all this kind of thing. It might be a woman who never stood for herself, and now it's just like getting into this breakup and all those kind of things. So it depends on the client. Not necessarily everybody comes because they have to lose weight. Some people come because relationships. Some people come because they're in transition. They want to change their life. Some people want to feel energized, to have to feel good about themselves, to slow down the aging process. And I'm the life coach. Baby, I think we have to
wrap it up.
Well, don't forget to Twitter, Facebook, email, all the social media, the phone. It's going to be right there on the screen. Give me a call if you want to start making changes in your life. My darling, as always, I love you.
Love you.
Great program.